30 minutes. We'll try to take a little bit less breaks to make sure that we work hard today. So let's start standing, feet parallel to each other, in line with your hips. Bring your arms by your sides and rotate the shoulders back. Rotate the arms forward for the palms to face forward. Just to make sure you find this nice opening here between your collarbones. Abs are on. Imagine you have a wall behind you. Make sure your weight is right in the middle of the feet, and we go into some what we call hold downs. So we curl the head down, then the neck, then the shoulders. Bend your knees slightly and roll all the way down. Keep the abs on, we are not collapsing. Palms are facing each other when you're down. Inhale here, and on exhale, hold back up, starting from the lower back using your abs. Pulling back up one vertebra at a time. Imagine this wall behind you, so you're lifting back up against this wall. All the way up, shoulders, neck, and head. And again. Inhale, exhale, curling the head, neck, bending the knees, and hold it all the way down. Keep your abs on. Make sure you go forward, not back, so you're not pressing back. And go all the way down. Release the tension in the shoulders, in the back. Inhale and exhale, rolling back up from the lower back first. Mid back, upper back, shoulders, neck, and head. Inhale, last one. Exhale, curl the head, neck, upper back, mid back, lower back, all the way down. Inhale and exhale, back up. One vertebra at a time. Now we're going to some squats to warm up the legs. So make sure during the squat we're going to hinge at the hips right here. We don't want to bring the knees forward. We want to keep the knees between the toes and the heels. So open your legs a little bit wider than your hips. And on an exhale we go down. Hinging at the hips, pressing the hips back, and press on the feet to lift back up using the glutes, using the quad, the hamstrings. Exhale. And again, inhale, exhale, back up. Exhale. Hinge and up. Try to keep your trunk on the diagonal line when you're down. You're not rounding the spine. You're still with a neutral spine, and you hinge and back up. And hinge, back up, and back, and squeeze your glutes to lift back up, and squeeze up, and squeeze. Exhale, and up, and on this last one we stay down and we pulse up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, keep your chest open, and 10. Stay here, lower a little bit more, and stay here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift all the way up. Now start at the back of your mat, facing forward. Bring your feet back to parallel position in line with your hips, and we go back into a hold down, so what we just did at the beginning, to go down. So curl your head, your neck, your upper back, mid back, lower back, bend your knees, and bend as much as you need to make sure you can bring your hands on the mat. Now walk your hands forward and stop just in the position when your shoulders are over your hands. Make sure you're on your toes, you're pressing your heels back. You are in a plank position here, so your neck is long, reaching forward, abs are on. So you use your abs to lift up too. We'll go into some push-ups, bending the elbows back and lift up. Bending the elbows to the side, and back. I know some of you loved the push-ups on the first video, so I'm thinking, okay, let's go back for the push-ups. It's a good one for the arms. And down, and up. 2 more. Last one. Good. Now bend your elbows to the side and lower all the way down on your belly. Stay down on the belly. Keep your elbows bent, keep your hands close to your shoulders. Bring your legs together and place the top part of your feet down on the mat. Make sure here your abs are on, away from the mat, so make sure you're not pressing your abs down on the mat. Keep your neck long, so tuck the chin slightly, and on an exhale, we will reach the head, the neck, the shoulders forward. We want to reach and lift, making sure we are not pressing the chest down on the mat. We are not pressing like crazy on the arms. So just here to help us out a little bit. And on an exhale, you lift. Stay light on your arms and down. And again, exhale. Lifting up, pulling the abs towards the spine. Keep pressing the top part of your feet down on the mat. And make sure your shoulders, your chest is open here. Not into an internal rotation of the shoulder. And again, exhale, lifting up. Inhale down. 2 more, exhale. Keep pushing your legs, pull your abs in. And down. And last one. Reach and lift. Find your muscles in the back of your body and all the way down. Lift back up and we'll go on our back. So laying down on the back, reaching the legs forward, all the way down. Keep your knees bent and open the knees and feet to hip distance apart. Bring the arms by the side and we will just do a few bottom lift just to make sure the back is well warmed up. So pull your heels towards you. You know this move already. Pulling the heels towards you to engage your hamstrings. Make sure your arms, your palms are pressing down into the mat. Make sure the shoulder blades are pressing down, the rib cage is braced. And on an exhale, we imprint the lower back first. And then we lift all the way up, reaching the hips forward, reaching the knees forward. Inhale, exhale, hold back down. Good. And again, exhale, hips towards the sky, knees forward, and hold down. 1 vertebra at a time. Inhale, exhale. We want to open here at the front of the hips. Make sure when you hold down, you're not bending first the hips. You hold down from the chest first. Chest, mid back, and lower back. And last one, keep pulling your heels towards you. Make sure the back of your thigh are on. Lifting. Inhale and exhale. Hold all the way down. Now bring your legs to tabletop position, one after the other. So make sure tabletop is when your knee is just over your hip and your shin is parallel to the floor. Grab the back of your thigh with your 2 hands and use these hands to use the back of your thigh to curl your head and chest up. Find your chest lift, making sure here the shoulders are down, away from the ears. Bring the knees and feet together. On an inhale, we reach the legs into a diagonal line in front of us and we reach the arms overhead. We keep the head and chest lifted. Exhale, we bend the knees back to tabletop. We circle the arms to the side and we press the hand into the side here. So you resist with your thigh. You should feel a deepening of the core engagement. Inhale and exhale. Press. Inhale. Exhale. Press. Keep your head and chest lifted. Make sure when you reach your legs forward, you don't let go of the lower abs. You don't want to curl the lower back. Exhale. Exhale. And reach. Exhale. Press. Deepen the curl. Press. Exhale. 2 more. Exhale. Last one. Stay here. Bring your 2 hands on top of your left thigh, close to the knee. Extend your right leg out. And press. And press. So make sure here your head and chest are lifted. You stay in the center of your body so there's no rotation in your chest. And make sure when you bend your knee, you have a strong tabletop. The other leg is reaching. Each leg is on its side. And same thing here. Press with your hand on the thigh to deepen the curl. And reach. Point your feet. One more each side. 1, 2. Keep your left knee bent, your right leg extended. Interlace your fingers, bring your hand behind your head. Press your head into your hands. And on an exhale, you rotate your trunk towards the belly. And switch the legs, rotate. And exhale. Find the rotation, elevate your rib cage. Okay. Don't move the hips, keep the hips stable, no rotation in the hips. Exhale. And a little bit faster. 1, 2. 8, 9, and 10. Bend your knee tabletop and hold back down. Bring your feet down on the floor. Extend your legs down on the mat. Reach your arms forward. Take a breath here, letting go of the abs. And exhale. Okay. Bring everything back on. Make sure your abs are on, legs are together, feet pointed. Arms reaching back, palms facing each other. Make sure the shoulders are away from the ears. Inhale, curl your head and chest. Exhale, hold all the way up. Inhale, exhale, roll that down. And inhale, exhale. And exhale, hold down. One more. Head and chest. Exhale. All the way up. Inhale at the top. Exhale, hold all the way back down. Now bring your arms by your side, palms facing down. Bend your knees and keep your feet open, hip distance apart. Make sure your abs are on, make sure your rib cage is braced. Pull your heels towards your glutes and articulate your spine, again lifting the hips up. So starting imprinting the lower back and lifting your spine one vertebra at a time. First the lower back, mid back and upper back. Stay right here. Bring pull your left heel towards you and bring your right leg to tabletop position. Right here, strong stabilization on the left side. Extend your right leg up towards the ceiling. Flex your foot and exhale, lower the leg down. Point your foot, lift back up, inhale. Exhale, flex, lower down. And point, lift up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Keep stability on your left side. Make sure your two hips are parallel to each other. Exhale. And up. Press onto your arms to help you stabilize. And staying up. Last one. Stay up here. Flex your foot and pulse your heel towards the ceiling. 1, 2, 3. Lifting the hips. 8, 9, and 10. Bend your knee tabletop, bring your foot down, press your hips up. Now pull your right heel toward your glute, lift your left leg up to tabletop, make sure your two hips stay on the same parallel line, extend your left leg up towards the ceiling, flex your foot, and lower down. And point, lift up, keep the hips up. And try not to bend here, don't lower the hip, flex, lower down, point, lift. Exhale, going down. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale. Inhale, stay strong on your right side. Exhale. Two more. Last one. And staying up, flex your foot and pulse your heel towards the ceiling, lifting the hips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Bend the knee, bring your foot down, hips up, and holding down one vertebra at a time, all the way down. Take a breath here. Bring one leg up to table, other leg up tabletop, making sure the knees stay open, hip distance apart. Shins parallel to the floor, and make sure you're not dropping the shin. So strong tabletop here. There's power in your leg. Bring your arms up toward the ceiling. Palms are facing forward, make sure the shoulders are down. On an exhale, we curl the head and chest up, we bring the arms by the side. Reach through the fingers here to deepen the curl. Arms go back up and hold the head and chest down. It's an exhale to lift up and reach with the fingers. Inhale, arms back up, lower the head and chest down. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Exhale. We go for 2 more. Exhale, curling and reach with your fingers. Inhale. Last one. We stay up on this one. We will go into what we call the 100. So for this one, you will pulse your arms, like sharp pulses, making sure you pulse the arms, the full arm. It's not just the hands flapping in the wind like that, your full arm. You should feel the muscle brace in your ribcage here to help you pulse the arms. We'll breathe with a pulse. So on inhale, we pulse 5 times. Inhale. 5. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last set. Exhale. Bring your arms back up. Lower the head and chest down. Bring your feet on the floor if you need to. 1 breath here. Bringing the legs back up to tabletop. Arms back up towards the ceiling, palms facing forward. Exhale, curl your head and chest up. Extend your 2 legs in front of you, the diagonal line. Open and close the legs just as wide as the mat. Bend the knees tabletop. Arms go back up and lower the head and chest down. So it's a long exhale to lift the head and chest up. Reach your legs into a diagonal line in front of you. Open and close as wide as the mat. Inhale when you bend back to table. Arms and lower the head and chest down. And exhale. Reach. Open and close. Inhale, bend table. Arms go up. Lower the head and chest down. Exhale. Curling the head and chest up. Reaching the legs. Open and close. Table. Arms and chest. So we go a little bit faster. Now that we know the move. When you go into the open close, try to go a little bit faster. So sharp open close and table, arms and head and chest. So here we go. Exhale, curling the head and chest up. Open close. Inhale and down. Exhale. And down. Exhale, reach, open close. Inhale, table, arms, head and chest. Exhale. Exhale. Exhale to lift, open and close. Inhale. On this last one, we stay up, reaching the legs together. We go into 5 more sets of the 100 with the arms. So remember the breathing. 5 for the inhale, 5 for the exhale. Keeping the legs into a diagonal line. Here we go. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Keep the abs on. Exhale. 2 more. Exhale. Last one. Exhale. Bend your knees stable. Bring the arms up. Lower the head and chest down. Bring your feet down. Take a few breaths here. Release the tension in the abs. Reach your legs flat on the mat. Release the tension in the legs. And bring your legs back up to tabletop. Interlace your fingers. Bring your hands behind the head. Make sure you press your head into your hands. Curl your head and chest up. Find a V position with your feet, so heels together, toes apart. And open your thigh to the sides, a little bit of external rotation here. On an exhale, keeping your head and chest lifted, so lift your head and chest up, keep your head and chest lifted. On an exhale, we press out. Inhale, we bend back in. Exhale, we press out. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Last one, exhale, pressing out. Inhale, bend back in. Make sure your abs are in. We extend the legs up towards the ceiling. We keep an external rotation in the legs, so the heels are together, the toes are apart. Keep your abs pulling in, parallel to the floor. Inhale, you open the legs to the side. Exhale, you close. Inhale, exhale. To close the legs, make sure you use the full inside of your legs. Inhale, exhale. Keep pressing your head into your hands. Exhale. 2 more. Last one. Keep the legs together, keep the external rotation. We lower the legs together down and open the leg to the side and circle back up. Inhale to lower down, exhale to open and circle up. Inhale, exhale. Don't go too far down. We don't want to arch the lower back. So if you were here, that's okay with me as long as you keep your lower abs on. And last one. Staying up here, we reverse the direction. So we inhale to open to the side. Exhale, we go down. Legs together, lifting back up. Inhale. Exhale, circle to the side. Legs come together and lift up. Exhale. 2 more. Last one. Good. Bend your knees, table, lower the hands, chest down. Bring your feet down, extend the legs flat on the mat. That was not an easy one. And take a few breaths. Reach your arms overhead. Release the tension in the hip flexors, in the abs. Bring your legs together, making sure the knees are facing the ceiling. Bring your arms overhead and make sure your palms are facing each other. Keep the shoulders down, ribcage braced. We go into a roll-up just to lift up, so we know this move, we just did it. We inhale to curl the head and chest, and on an exhale, we roll all the way up, just to find the sitting position. Bend your knees, make sure you have space behind you, and we'll find the point of balance between the sit bones and the table, bringing the legs up to tabletop again, so making sure the shins stay parallel to the floor. Bring your knees and feet together. Make sure you're not collapsing on your back. You lifted, your chest is open. Bring your arms by your sides and open the legs and reach towards you. So you reach the knees towards you and you open. And reach the legs towards the chest and let go. And reach and let go. So you're thinking about bringing the knees closer to your chest or the thigh closer to your chest. Keep your trunk stable. It's a small movement. Exhale. Keep the knees together. Exhale. And 2 more. And last one. Stay on your balance point and let go of the legs. Grab the back of your thigh. Open your knees a little bit wider than the hips, like just shoulder width apart. Keep the shins parallel to the floor and keep your hands just underneath the thigh. Make sure you have a flat back, your neutral spine, your chest is open, you're not curled, and we will hold down. So this time find the curl, pull your abs in, curl the lower back, hold back, lift back up, holding back up, and finding a flat back again. Curling the lower back, leaning back, holding down, holding back up, and open the chest, find the neutral spine, flat back, curling, and exhale back up, and hold, and back up. So release an exhale to roll down, inhale to roll back up, and find the flat back, and exhale down, inhale, hold back up, open the chest. Keep pressing your hands underneath your thigh. Exhale. And make sure you find the flat back. So you hold down, curl, you hold back up, curl, and you find the flat back. Curl, lean back, hold down, Scroll back up, and throughout the movement, the knees bend 90 degrees. So the legs are not moving, I mean they don't change position. You change the position of your back and your abs. And stay up here on this one, bring your feet down. We now lay down on the side. So using the back of the mat to find the line. All the way down, laying down, all the way on your side. Head is down on the bicep, palm is facing up towards the ceiling. Make sure your feet are in line with your hips, with the shoulders and with the arm. Keep your abs on, so make sure not collapsing on your side. Your abs are on, the side of your abs are on, your two hips are together. Bring, if you feel, if you're not really, if you don't find your balance here, bring your legs a little bit forward, like a small banana shape, and bring your top hip forward a little bit just for balance. But making sure you keep the two hips on top of each other. Bring the other arm on your side, point on your thigh, and on an exhale, keeping the legs together, you reach the legs and you lift. And you lower down. And again, exhale. Inhale down. Exhale, lifting up. Inhale. Exhale. And down. Keep the abs on. Down. Two more. Exhale. And down. Last one. And down. Keep your legs down. Bring your left hand behind your head, or top hand behind your head. Press your head into your hand and lift your head slightly, just slightly off your bicep. Lift your two legs up to hip high and separate the feet, separate the legs, just slightly. You will bring, so we will scissor the legs, we will bring the right leg forward, the left leg back, and switch. Abs on, making sure when you, for the leg which is back, make sure you don't bend the knee, especially with the lower leg. It's easy to go here and bend. So make sure don't go too far back. We don't want to open like parallel. We want to just reach the corner of the room or the corner of the mat. And reach. Making sure you don't go into an extra rotation with your legs, keeping the knees facing forward, especially for the back leg. And reach. Keep your head and chest, just your head slightly lifted. Keep pressing your head into your left hand, into your top hand. And reach. Reach. Two more. Two legs come together, lower the leg down. Bring your top hand in front of you on the mat. Lift up on your forearm. So here, we'll stay on the forearm. Make sure your shoulder is just over the elbow, or your elbow a little bit in front of the shoulder. Making sure you're not collapsing here on your side or on your shoulder. Lift up, so you're strong on your shoulder, you're strong on your side. Your two legs are just in line with your body. And bring your top hand now on top of your hip. Lift your top leg up to hip high. Flex your foot. Bring the leg forward straight. Point the foot. Reach the leg back. Making sure you keep the two hips stacked. And point back. So what we want to achieve here is when you reach forward with the foot flexed, you should feel the stretch in the back of your thigh, in your hamstrings. When you point and you reach back, we want to open the hip flexors. And exhale, reach forward. Inhale, point back. Exhale. And point back. Exhale. Back. Last one. And back. Bring the two legs together. So here we go into a side plank. We have many options here. So we'll stay on the forearm. Either you go full plank with the two feet on top of each other and you lift your hips straight up towards the ceiling right here. Or you bring your top foot in front here with the two legs straight and you lift. or you can bend the bottom knee, keeping the two thighs in line, so making sure you're not here, you're not bending at the hip, and you lift here. You're still working. So just choose the modifications that you prefer. I will go here with my top foot in front. And on an exhale, making sure we are not collapsing on the side. Keep your shoulder away from the ear. We lift the hips towards the ceiling. So you're strong on your shoulder, you're strong on your pelvis to lift, and on your feet. Make sure the weight and the power is not just on your shoulder. And lower down. And again, lift up, exhale. And down. Try to make sure when you lift up, you keep your neck just in line with your spine. And down. Exhale. And down. And last one. And all the way down. Now go on your belly. So just flip on the belly. Bring your two forearms on top of each other, and you will bring your forehead down on your forearms. But right now, just look at me to check the move. So make sure the shoulders are down, make sure your abs are on, and make sure you're not collapsing, just letting go of everything on the mat. Yeah. You reach your legs are open, just hip distance apart. You reach your legs back. You will we will work first the left leg, or at least the top leg. So when we were on the side, make sure you're working the same top leg. So for me, it's the left leg. So I reach my left leg so much that I lift the side a little bit off the mat, and I will lift a little bit higher, keeping the leg straight, and down. And lifting up. And I go down, I don't really touch the mat, I don't want to bring my weight all the way down. I keep the engagement in my hamstrings and in my glutes. And I lift, and I go down. And I make sure I keep my abs pulling in to avoid bending the lower back to lift. We don't want to lift the leg from the lower back. We want to lift the leg from the glutes, so make sure you don't bend at the lower back. Exhale, lift. Inhale. Exhale. Exhale. And down. Last one. And down. Keep your leg just slightly off the mat. So the side slightly lifted. Flex your foot and bend the knee. And point, extend. And flex and bend. And point, extend. And flex. So this one we want to exhale when we bend. Inhale when we extend. Just make sure you don't hold your breath. And then release the tension in the shoulders. Keep on this one, keep your knee bent, side slightly of the mat, flexing the foot. We pulse the heel towards the ceiling. Making sure, so even if it's a small movement, make sure you don't go into the lower back. So keeping the abs pulling towards the spine. Exhale. And last one, extend the leg, lower all the way down. Lift back up, and we'll do the same thing on the other side. So bring your legs to the other side. Use the back of your mat to find your alignment. And lower down, head down on the bicep, legs straight, two hips on top of each other, feet on top of each other, making sure you don't go into an external rotation. Bring your top arm, again, if you want a little bit more balance, if you feel like you're not balance on your hip, bring your legs a little bit in front, just a small banana shape, and bring your top hip a little bit in front. Bring your top arm on your side, shoulder away from the ear, you reach the legs, and you lift. And down. Exhale. And down. Exhale. Keeping my abs on. Working, you should feel your obliques on this side to lift the legs. Make sure your shoulder is down. Exhale. Last one. All the way down. Bring your top hand behind your head. Press your head into your hand and lift your head slightly off your bicep. Lift your two legs. Open them slightly and bring your bottom leg forward, top leg back. and switch. So remember, we don't want to go into an external rotation, especially in the bottom leg when we reach back. And reach for the corner of the rooms or the corner of the mat. Use your hand behind your head to keep this nice long spine. That will help you stabilize your body and keep your elbow facing towards the ceiling. Exhale. One more each side. 1 and 2. Bring your two legs together, lower the legs all the way down. Now go up on your forearm. So again, making sure you're not collapsing on your side, your shoulder is away from the heel. Your legs are in line with the spine, making sure your bottom leg is not in an external rotation, so your bottom knee is facing forward. Keep your top hand on top of your top hip. Lift your top leg up to hip height, flex your foot, and reach the leg straight forward. And point, reach back. And exhale. And inhale back. Oops, exhale. Inhale back. I can't go too far back, but make sure you open the hip flexors. You open the front of the hips. You stretch the hip flexors. And back. Make sure not collapsing on your left elbow or on your forearm. And pointing back, sorry. Looks good. Here we go. Flexing back and pointing forward. And last one, bring the two legs together. Find your, whatever you did on the other side, make sure you do the same thing for the side plank. So either on your 2 feet on top of each other, 2 legs on top of each other, top foot down, or bottom knee bent, just in line with your spine. So I will go again with my top foot in front, pressing down into the mat. My top hand is on my hips, making sure I'm not collapsing. My shoulder is away, so I'm strong in my trunk and on my side. And on an exhale, I lift my hips straight up towards the ceiling to find the side plank and down. So imagine a thread on your hips to lift you up and down. And you can keep your head on the hips, or you can also just reach your arms toward the ceiling and reaching up. And down. And exhale. And down. 2 more. Exhale. And down. Last one. And down. Flip on your belly, so we go for the other side. So making sure we don't do the same leg again. The top leg, the one which was up, we'll use it. We will work this one. So lay down on your belly, forearms on top of each other, forehead down on your hands or on your forehead, on your forearms. Open your legs just hip distance apart. Abs are on. So not collapsing on your lower back. Reach the legs back, and we work for the right leg. We bridge the leg straight up, and we go down. So pointing your foot and down. Don't go too far up. Feel the point where you want to bend the lower back, so make sure you don't go here. Keep pulling the abs towards the spine, and engage your hamstrings right here and your glutes. Exhale. Try to release the shoulders. Last one. Lower slightly, make sure you're still a little bit off the mat. Bend your knee and flex your foot right here. And extend the knee, point the foot. Exhale, bend the knee, flex the foot. Inhale, point and reach. Make sure when you bend the knee, you keep your thigh slightly off the mat. And exhale. Point. 2 more. Exhale. And point. Last one. Exhale. Keep your thigh off the mat. Keep your foot flexed. And pulse your heel toward the ceiling. 2, 3. Make sure you're not pressing your hip down on the mat. You're not lifting because you press your hip here. You're lifting from the glutes, from the hamstrings. Exhale. From the glutes more here. Exhale. And last one. Point your foot, extend your leg. Now lay down on your belly, so still staying down on the belly, reaching your arms forward. Open your legs hip distance apart. Arms are reaching forward. You will go up on your fingertips here. So it's slight touch, you're not like pressing like crazy. Lift your head just slightly, a little bit above your arms. Make sure your shoulders are not falling in. Your chest is open. Your abs are on. Reach your legs slightly off the mat here. Making sure we use the back of the body, so making sure we're not pressing too much into the mat. We're reaching up the left leg and the right arm. And we go down, we switch. And down. And reach. And down. Left arm, right leg up. And down. And left arm, right arm up. And down. And reach. And down. Keep your neck long, so tuck your chin. Keep your abs pulling in. And slide your shoulder blades down in your back to engage the back muscles. And now letting go of the floor with your fingers. We go a little bit faster, so we reach up the left leg and the right arm, and we switch. And switch a little bit faster. Inhale, faster. Exhale. Inhale, keep stability. So don't go too fast. Just find your range of motion and your stability. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Exhale. Last one. Exhale all the way down. Lift back up on your hands and knees. Make sure your shoulders are just over your hands, your hips are just over your knees, and your knees are open hip distance apart. Start with a flat back or like neutral spine parallel with the floor. So making sure not collapsing between your shoulder blades. Right up, your neck is long, you tuck the chin. We'll go into a round in the spine to start, starting from the lower back. So make sure your abs are always in. We curl the lower back first, so pulling the abs on, tucking the tailbone slightly, and curling the mid-spine. Upper spine, we press the hands into the mat as we would like to press the mat away from us. Inhale, go back to neutral spine parallel with the floor. And now on the exhale, we go the other way around. So we start with the chest, we drop the chest between the arms, and we round for once. We arch the lower back a little bit. Inhale, back to neutral spine, parallel with the floor. Exhale, starting from the lower back, we round, we curl the lower back, we tuck the tailbone slightly, middle back, and upper back pressing the mat away from us, pressing the hands on the mat. Inhale, back to neutral spine, neck long in line with the spine. And other way, we open the chest between the arms, reach forward as if you like to reach the heart forward, and round, arch the lower back slightly. Inhale, neutral spine. Last one, exhale, curling the spine first from the lower back, mid back, upper back, pressing the mat away from us. Inhale, neutral spine. Make sure your abs are always on. Exhale, last one, open the chest between your arms, reach forward, and arch the lower back slightly. Inhale, back to neutral spine. And we are done with this new workout. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope to see you soon.